Greetings, one and all. Another Stargods vlog. Did you see in the news yesterday? Oh man, it was wild. They even had film footage of it. The man walks in the bank, he grabs his mask, and he swears he's going to pull it off if they don't bring him the money now. And so he's yelling at the people, and he's going, "Down on the ground, or I'm going to cough on you." Oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Human beings are embarrassment to the universe, I think. You know. Anyways, he threatened to pull his mask off, but fortunately, they gave him the money, or there could have been 50. I can't say the word, 50 virus deaths. 50 people could have died like that. Respite! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I got a fever! I got a fever! My God, he's got a fever! Just absolute madness. Human beings are so easily manipulated. It's embarrassing. So, anyways, I was going to thank everybody. I asked if anybody would be interested in a live live show, right? And I thought the tumbleweeds are going to start blowing in and go west, young man. And I thought, oh yeah, it's not. Nobody's going to say anything. There was tons of comments. Holy, wow! Could have had a V8. I was really surprised. I was really surprised. So, anyways, I gotta get it together. I gotta kind of remember how I did it last time. I don't remember. I got a new magnifying glass. We are the Illuminati. Illuminati. You notice how the Illuminati is such a fad now? It's a conspiracy theory fad. Why do people call themselves conspiracy theorists? Why don't they say we're researchers? We're 9/11 researchers. Oh, more those conspiracy theorists, like it's all mind control. Anyways, yeah, and I'm getting tired of listening to this. Oh, Trump, he's coming back March 1st. Oh, no, March 4th. I mean, it's just like give it up. He's gone. He's gone golfing. He's finished with you people. Oh no, he's the savior. He's going to save the world. Well, let me tell you something a little bit about this power structure. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me tell you about this power structure. We have the Archons / Anunnaki. They control every single aspect of this fake reality. They are in control. They are the outer limits. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. They did it backwards. Yeah, so, oh, but Trump's going to save us. He's going to save us. Mommy. The guy is an absolute idiot. He's not for us. He has no sense of humor. He has no tenderness. He has no compassion or empathy. All he does is, I'm strutting my stuff. Don't want to play golf? Well, then that's it. I'm shutting America down. He's a weirdo. I mean, he's just totally, he's just, oh yeah, I get such good warmth from him, good vibes. Oh yeah, yeah. And yeah. He does nothing. He does absolutely nothing. I mean, he let communism come in through the back door. And let's go back in history. We have the Anunnaki, which are basically the Archons, who came down from heaven. They came down from heaven like manna. And they started meeting with the women. They got their six-pack and they were ready to go, And so they mated with the women, and the women had these offspring. And the Anunnaki, the Archons, are giants. And the original form, well, the form they take, the Archons, is a reptilian form, a serpent form. So, gee, kind of connect the dots if you can. Okay, okay, I'll connect dots. Yeah. Um, wow. And so they came in. They had these giants for children. Anyways, the giants were apparently they were very. They had a lot of wisdom. I don't know. I kind of see them as having an IQ of 60. Anyways, they were the Watchers. They are the Watchers, and the Watchers were the military arm of the Anunnaki. And so what happened is they came down here and they started they set themselves up as kings and queens and guillotines. I mean, that was, that was, what am I looking for? Oh, yeah, my pen. It's disappeared somewhere. Uh, so, anyways, they came and they set themselves as kings. They set themselves a royal priesthood, and they go by a bloodline. They keep their bloodline pure because if you're the more bloodline you are, the more of their DNA basically that you have, the more chances you're going to be possessed by them, possessed by demons who are, in theory, which makes a lot of sense, is they are the spirits, the unconnected spirits of the dead Nephilim. Okay, so what they did was they party hardy, and they watched reruns of Animal House, and they were having real fun back there. You know what I mean, boy? Yeah. And so they were after all the women, and and they had their fancy cars. Get in the back. No, get in the front. I mean, what am I talking about? And so they were having fun. So these Nephilim, they grew, and then they began to eat every bit of food that was on the earth that man needed. So, oh, we're out of food? Okay, well, it's time to serve man. Professor, it's a cookbook! And they started to dine on mankind. And so the original Anunnaki that did not fall, they did not come to the earth. They decided that they were going to punish the giants, the Nephilim. They were going to wipe the Nephilim from the planet. So this is according to Sumerian texts. And they decided, oh, that's it. These giants have got to go. And because the Anunnaki in the sky or heaven or whatever you want to call it, they are the builders of society. They like order and structure, whereas the Nephilim, well, they're kind of like a bull in the China shop, this China store. China? Oh, I let that racism slip. Don't beat me. So they're rough. They're warriors. They're warriors, and it says in the book of Enoch, they came down. They held hands. They made a pledge to one another, a Masonic pledge to one another. Where do you think the Masons come from? What do you think order out of chaos came from? What do you think that means? Do your homework. Okay, I do my homework. So they came down, established their own kingdom. This is the kingdom of the Nephilim. There is a dome. I think it's fairly easy to prove it, but there's a barrier. Let's not call it a dome. Let's call it a barrier. That I think is, it could be something as low as 60 miles. It's, I think, how high is low Earth gravity? Or I think it's up there. Anyways, nobody knows where blah 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 blah. So, anyways, I'm talking myself into a corner again. See, this is what I do all the time. Let me out. And so, anyways, there's a bubble up there, a barrier that keeps us all in, and it keeps the Nephilim in too. According to Michael Tessarian, he says they're trapped here with us too, which does make a lot of sense. So in the 50s, I think it was the 50s, Operation what was it, Fishbowl or something? I don't. You'll have to look it up because I'm senile, okay? And my brain has gone to mush. So they started exploding nuclear weapons up above, trying to blow a hole. Obviously, trying to blow a hole in the barrier. They couldn't do it. It was unsuccessful. So well, you win some and you lose some. So they have established their kingdom. These are warriors. These guys are like brute force, big bicep guys. Okay, and they rule the world in which we live in. Jehovah is their chief and commander on this earth because this Jehovah is he's a god of war, vengeance, and wrath, genocide, you name it. He's out there and he's getting ready to fix your wagon. He's going to come for Armageddon. He's just going to smash all your heads on the rocks. It didn't separate good from bad when it's talking about it in Isaiah or wherever, about smashing heads of children on the rock. Were they good children? Are they going to be good children, bad children, or is everybody going to get a piece of his wrath, eh? Come on, come on, come on. So, anyways, the whole world's controlled by the Anunnaki, the fallen ones, which are the Nephilim. The true Anunnaki are the gods, and they feel that the Nephilim are mongrel race. They're a hybrid mongrel race, and Jehovah tried to well, I won't get into there. That's too much controversy. So, anyways, Jehovah is the gang leader, of a bike club known as the Beatles. Remember that? Lee Marvin, uh, Marlon Brando, ring a bell. Yeah, so the fallen ones, the Nephilim, they rule the world. They rule the world. All the Nephilim bloodline is the reptilian bloodline because the Archons are basically reptilian. And ETs are a subgroup of the Archons that do all the dirty work. And they check out our DNA. They had that big DNA. What was it called? Anyways, it was to study the DNA of mankind, and nations around the world poured money into it. They wanted to map the human DNA, and they have. And it's all about DNA because if everybody's got a certain amount of reptilian DNA, Anunnaki DNA, whatever you want to call it, but you get to a certain percentage, it kind of goes a little too high. And you're like 3/4, or I don't know what the exact numbers would be, but let's say 3/4 Nephilim DNA, you're going to get possessed by the Archons. The Archons can manipulate your mind. Watch that movie. It's an old cheap movie called The Hidden. It's all about, you'll see this over and over again. You're possessed by these little creatures that go in the mouth, and then what? Let's go get the women. It's funny how all these monsters in the movies, eh? They're all monsters and they all carry away white women. I guess that's racist. Those monster movies are racist. I see where they want to put a warning on the Muppets now because Muppets aren't politically correct. Pretty soon we're going to have to give up chess tournaments because they're saying, well, chess, it's black and white. No, it's racism. And so, anyways, we're controlled. So now they're taking over. The Nephilim are taking over. They control the world. Now they're creating a situation where they can get a one world leader in there to tell them what to do, when to do, how to do, blah 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 blah. And so they had a plan, and I think I'm right, because China is very very well linked into the Nephilim hierarchy, right? Uh, Trump let communism take over. He watched communism eliminate free speech in America and then did nothing. I think he went golfing there for a while. And the thing is that we're unbelievably good. We don't think our own thoughts. That's how bad it is. I don't think at all. We think we don't have our own attitudes. We don't even have our own culture. And what culture that we had, they're tearing it down. They're bringing it down to the level of the beast, where it's all about drug, sex, rock and roll. It isn't about a high society, a high culture. It's about drug, sex, rock and roll, and get that girl that works at the store. Oh, we're wolves of London. The thing is that Trump can't do anything anyways, even if he wanted to. Is he going to get rid of the chemtrails? Yeah. You can't legislate righteousness. Is he, or you become just as bad. But anyways, it was pretty slick what they did. China wants to take China Nef wants to take over America. What do? Ha! Welcome to Wuhan. Ha! Ha! We fired first shot. We sent over virus. So what they did is the virus is so effective. It's got people's minds crushed. They're in despair. They're in agony. They're in sorrow. They're depressed. They're having anxiety attacks. They're broken. So Chinese troops can come in anytime now. I think the official figure was 200 million troops on standby. And they're all under Trudeau. Trudeau's allowed them to come and train in Canada. Oh, we like Trudeau. And, in the end, Trudeau's going to be walked up, eh? I'm not saying locked up. I'm saying walked out. Shh, little ginger. Small ginger, garlic, and same with most of the world leaders. So anyways, we give you masks. They made billions of dollars on masks. Anyways, what does the mask do? I'm going to read this meme here. Hello, where are you? Thank you. It's not just about a mask. It limits where we can go. It limits what events can happen, where we can shop, where I can work, where I can stand, where I can sit, what I can sell, what I can eat, what I can do at my school, who can I visit. It's about how I can not make a living, how I can stay at home, how can I submit to tests. It's all about submitting to temperature screens and to sell your business or get out because they're shutting you down. Drive up the cost of medical care. Ha ha! We won! Wuhan victory! This is very serious. Anyways, America is broken mentally, spiritually, and physically. They're just ready for troops, and when the troops come down the road in their tanks and everything, there'll be one guy with a megaphone. Go back into your houses! Virus! And hello, I don't want to die. I'm going to get back. I'm going to lock the door. And they'll be laughing their head off. Hail Wuhan! Chinese have been sending us everything. Everything you buy from China is poison. Did you know that? Did you know that? Toys are loaded with lead so the kids can put them in their mouths. They got radioactive plaster sheets, those big plastic, I forget what you call them. The food is poison. They put melamine in the cat food. I think the dog food too. And hundreds of thousands of cats, their kidneys just went pop goes the weasel. And they put melamine in that milk. What is it? Dry mixed milk or whatever you're calling it. I forget. And for babies and stuff, and babies' kidneys went off to the moon. And no, it's not a virus. And so, anyways, they fired the first shot. They fired what you do in war, you rush up and you fire the gas, and gets everybody kind of, then you come in with the bayonets and, but you gotta go, I love you in the name of Jesus, and Jesus loves you too. Oh, yeah, that's good. Out comes your liver. Oh, we walk it up tonight. So, I didn't bring any water this time. So, I mean, they fired the first shot and they crippled America. And Trump just stood there like Mussolini, at his rallies. There's my people, Anyways, what's with Trump? He could have had both Bidens, little boy Biden and Papa Biden, could have been arrested and he would remain in office because Biden would be disqualified. He didn't do that. No, let's count the votes. Yeah. And he knows that the higher courts are all bought and paid for, and they turned on him. What a shocker that was. But he could have had the Bidens rounded up and busted, put on trial for treason, and he wouldn't have been kicked out. He knew that if he's going to stall everything and get everybody, that was all to get everybody's nerves, just because that's what the Archons feed off of all the negative energy. They got the big straw, and they suck it all up and they just glorify it. And hot dang, that's good. And he did that purposely. He's under orders. Don't ever kid yourself. Don't ever kid yourself. Nobody gets to that position unless it's blessed by the Anunnaki, or I shouldn't say the Anunnaki. They're the pure gods, apparently. It's the Nephilim, the reptilians, because Nephilims have that genetic ability. Anyways, they're all reptilian. There's no such thing, and I'm going to slap David Icke in the mouth. Oh, really? Oh, good. Well, more power to you, bro. Thought you're supposed to forgive in Jesus, So Christianity is part of the control system. You bought it. You fell into it. Anyways, I don't want to explain that. That's a huge subject of deception. Unbelievable power and control Christianity has. But isn't it nice when they love you? They say, come to Jesus. You want to come to Jesus? Not really. You're gonna burn in hellfire. I'm gonna watch you from heaven, and I'm just gonna laugh and laugh as you scream. I've been told that. Isn't that amazing? Like, they're the most evil, rotten hypocrites there is, Anyways, Christianity was founded on a lie. I don't want to get into that. Too controversial. Uh, Christianity is a house of cards. You pull one card, the whole thing comes down, and it's revealed, and you will go into a shock. What? What? Uh, and it's not the gospel of Jesus, it's the gospel of Christ within. What Paul taught was taught hundreds of thousands of years before by all the different cultures. It's nothing new. Paul didn't, Paul just decided he was going to start his own religion. He was the church builder and the church of Ephesus and all this. And they were directed, they were told what to do by the letters, eh? Thou shalt not love the Lord, because only I can talk to him. Hello, Lord, Lord. Are you there? You there? Yeah. And Paul's often defending himself in the New Testament as he's trying to eliminate these charges of him being a liar. And he is. He's a self-professed liar. And well, I won't go any further because everybody will just have a major ape attack. So, anyways, you people out there, keep wearing your masks because I don't want to catch your insanity. Okay, I'm gonna die. You hear everybody all over. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So anyways, it's getting to end game now. They're taking over America. America is now basically the United States of the United States of Communist China. That's what I say. It's all over. They're just going to wrap it up now, put the bow on, tie it down nice and tight. They're now shutting the lid and they're going to put the bow on there, and then everybody, that's okay, as long as I can listen to hip hop music. It's just awful. It's awful how we're dumbing the culture's destroyed beyond belief. Yeah, we'll never gain back that culture. There's nobody left. Nobody allowed to even have an opinion. I'm not even allowed to say the real name of the virus, or they're going to kick my ass. They're going to kick my ass out of here. So I guess that's what I wanted to cover. Anyways, it's a control system. They're going for all the, and they're also, the Nephilim are divided. They're different groups. They're like the mafia. They only get along they only go along to get along. If they got something they're getting into, they only go along to get along. They all hate each other. They have a what do you call it? Little civil wars among themselves, turf wars. You remember the McCoys and Hatfields? They used to fight and battle all the time. Well, today's modern version is of them is the Rothschilds and the David Rockefeller. David Rockefellers are more orientated towards the Nephilim branch, whereas the Rothschilds are more leaning towards. They're a little more benevolent. They're evil, but they're a little more benevolent. They like to be seen as benevolent gods, Whereas the Rockefeller group is, big jackboots on your throat type of approach. You will comply. So, what's that now? Fruit flies at this time of year? Huh? And so they're wrapping it up. Now they're going for the big one. They're waiting for the Al Capone to come in, and set things up and get the thing going. And the Nephilim do not like humans. And now you have the Nephilim. They were destroyed at the time of the flood. That was the whole thing of the flood. The Anunnaki said no. these guys are hybrid swine. They're destroying the earth. There's blood on in their hands, and they're killing the earth people. Earth people. That's a new one. Anyways, they're killing the humans. They're getting rid of them. So what do you think the flood was all about? Huh? You know, and so now destruction is coming again. They're all walking around with hand grenades, and if you corner these Nephilim, they pull the pin. Anyways, their bloodline is the reptilian bloodline, and I could tell you more, but this is getting too long. So it's all getting wrapped up, and there's no savior. There's no savior. What you do is just evolve your spirit. So when you leave this body, it's message. You're going to a higher frequency. The more work you do here on Earth, the higher frequency you go. But it's funny, when all these after death experiences, there's no judgment. And there's no God saying, hey, oh, ho, 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 jolly green giant comes up to you and he said, welcome to the new paradise. Welcome to heaven. Ho, ho, ho. Here's my son. Oh, I got to wipe the blood off. Here's my son, and all that. No, you don't get any of that. In fact, it's very rare that people see Jesus, but this is what I like about the afterlife. The more I hear about it, there's no judgment. There's no judgment, and there's no God going, thou shalt not, or you will burn. None of that fear crap and all that, and you judge yourself. You realize through realization. I kind of blew it here in my life, and I blew it there in my life, and I've got to improve on things. And you can work on it. You can go into an alternative universe. You can create your own universe. You can create your own. All this universe is created by Jehovah. This is his holographic creation. He loves this program. This is a favor where he can just smash your head. Believe in me or die. I'm so scared. He's the original virus. Where everybody's scared. All this communism came and took over America because people volunteered. I won't go outside. I won't fight the system. I'm not an individualist. If you want to have faith in God, then God requires that you be an individual. You think your own thoughts. You are in communication with God, not the Bible, and not nothing, no religion, whatever. You're connected to God. Period. And you don't need somebody like the Apostle Paul. And the apostles fought Paul tooth and nail. Did you know that? I think it's the book of James. Just smear. It's a smear against Paul. They didn't like Paul. Paul was a liar. He was a phony, and they told him, well, you didn't know Jesus. You weren't with us. We didn't see you around. Oh, but there's a New Testament. There's a new arrangement now. Yeah. And I'm the leader of it, by the way. I'm taking my message. I'm going to take my message and I'm going to the Gentiles. There's a market there ready to happen. Come on, Gentiles, follow me, because only I can talk to God. I saw him on the road to Damascus. Hello, what's that? What's that? Okay, I'll tell him. God says you got to give me $8 million or he's going to kill me. Remember that one? That was a classic. Oh, you want to see fun times? Look at Robert Tilton. He's a nut. He's a madman. He's a madman, and people give him money. He's one of the richest preachers out there, except for Copeland, who's another nutcase. He's a quacker. Quack, quack, quack. Just don't leave droppings on the stage. Ugh, idiots. Give to this ministry. I remember when Rex Hubbard bit the dust. His daughter was out there. She was getting so choked with everybody. You got to give to my father. My father's giving you so much. It's all about this, honey. It's the money, honey. Oh, no, it's about God and his blessings. And you give to this ministry $1,000 and God will give you $500,000 back. You want traveler's check? It's just, I don't know. So, anyways, thanks for the encouragement for me going live. I hope I don't blow. I don't know what I'm doing. There's lots of people I'd love to interview, but I don't know. Can't get it together. I'm of the old generation. Geez, I ran a studio one time and I can't even figure anything out now. I knew I had the soundboard, the video, everything. I knew it all. By now, it's all new tech. It's the old tech's gone. So this old horse is, he's out to pasture. Okay. So in closing, I know I can see your finger just ready for the escape button. I can see it trembling. Just hang on, like 2 more minutes. I think I covered it all pretty good. Anyways, the Nephilim, they got their groups. They got the Illuminati. They got the Masons and all these subgroups. And those are the real secret groups we know not the name of. Anyways, it's all about this. And they worship the Nephilim gods. They have nothing to do with the Anunnaki gods. The Anunnaki gods they can have their moments of kindness and they can have their moments of extreme depravity, But as I was saying, they like to build structure. The Nephilims love to bring down structure. They build society. The Nephilim tear it down. And after the flood, what did the Anunnaki do? They started cultivating Sumer, building Sumer. They became the agricultural center, and they taught men how to. What did the fallen ones do when they, according to Enoch? Oh, this is how you build. No, this is how you make weapons of war. Here's makeup so you women can seduce the men. It was all just sorcery and stuff. And then what they did was they taught mankind astrology, and the Anunnaki were mad. They were like choked about that. That's not for humans to know. This is one of the big secrets. They didn't want, because what the fallen angels were doing was telling them all the sacred secrets that have been held by them for so long, and then they didn't like that at all. So they don't get along together. There's a kind of maybe a war. There's a real animosity towards each other, but. I don't know what's happening now because America's taken over by communism, and then the military of America they wear panties now. I mean, it's embarrassing. They in the name of anti-tyranny and totalitarianism, they should stand up. Coup d'etat to America. Oh, love the bananas. I love the oranges. Coup d'etat. A pineapple, man. They should be ashamed to even be referred to as military. They're just I don't know. They just don't stand for nothing. But oh no, because Trump's coming in on the 5th. Another carrot and donkey story that everybody falls for. Oh my God, this is stupid. If Trump isn't a part of the plan, he's not going to show up anyways. If they don't like Trump, they can take Trump and go, hello, little man. How you doing today? That's great. Oh, shoot. So, I don't know. So, yeah, thanks for everybody. Thanks for saying, yeah, go for it, go live, man, go live. I appreciate it. I'll get onto it. I don't know when, but I got to find time and figure it out. It's going to be a challenge. I did it before. It seemed to be easy, but I'm people say you can get hacked now, eh? And they can put on all this naughty stuff, and then YouTube just goes, "What's that? We got a red alert here. Red alert! Shut them down! Shut them down!" So I don't know what to do. So, anyways, there you go. I do. There's people I really want to do interviews with, and you know, they they don't ask me, so I'm going to ask them. So thank you very much. Gotta go. Hello.